Hi dear students, how is your preparation? Hope it is going good. So, just 4 days, 3 days of gap. So, how is your preparation? How the things are going on? So, we will talk about PYQ on transportation engineering. Our ISRO point of view, from transportation engineering, we are getting sometimes 5 till 10 questions. It all depends upon year to year. Come se come 5, maximum 10 questions are coming up, and the areas where the questions are coming is very difficult to identify. Sometimes they are getting less questions, sometimes they are getting more questions, and sometimes they are asking you questions from pavement design, sometimes they are asking you questions from the traffic engineering, sometimes on geometric design. Like that, there is no hard and fast rule for that. We will talk about few previous year questions, and we will see how to find out the answers in a short method. By process of elimination, how to pick up answer, we will quickly go through. If any numerical question is there, please help me in answering the questions. Okay, done. See this question asked in ISRO 2013. An ideal vertical curve to join two gradients is. What is ideal summit curve? Vertical curve is summit curve, you can say, to join the two gradients. Cubic, nothing but cubic parabola. Parabolic means second degree parabola. Elliptical, hyperbolic. We need to go by process of elimination. Elliptical nobody uses, that we know. Hyperbolic nobody uses. Very common summit curve is, ideal curve is parabolic curve. So, directly you can go to parabolic is second degree parabola. So, very commonly used summit curve is parabolic curve. Answer is option B. If you have answers, you can just give me in your comment section. Next, look at this question. Minimum stopping side distance as per IRC for moving vehicle on road with the design speed of 80 kmph. What is the minimum stopping side distance as per IRC for a design speed of 80 kmph? This is a memory oriented question. You can't solve it from the fundamentals, from the formula. As per IRC, that is clearly mentioned that what is the stopping side distance. Can you tell me how much it would be? Yes. Arvind, yes, right. For 80 km/h speed, memory oriented, answer is option C. Very perfect, Arvind. So, this is a memory oriented question. Such questions you need to memorize, because we need to answer the question within a minute of time. Time is a constraint for us. You need to answer it very effectively. Now, come to this question. If the difference in elevation of an edge of the pavement 9 meter wide and the crown is 15 centimeter, the camber of the pavement is. Camber is a cross slope, that you know that. So, what is the width of the pavement? 9 meter wide. 9 meter means 900 centimeter, and the crown is 15 centimeter height. This is 15 centimeter height. The slope they are asking you. this angle they are asking you. Slope is nothing but tan theta, nothing but 15 by 900. Opposite by adjacent, you can take this triangle and 15 by 900. Can you give me how much it would be? Simplify this. So 5 3 ja, 5 1 ja, 18, 180, 1 360. So what may be the answer? You need to answer it effectively without calculator. So answer will be option A. Be careful to simplify the things in an early manner. Now look at this question. Read the question. The important factor considered in the design of summit curve on highways. By process of elimination, you can give me the answer. What is required in the design of summit curve? Very good. Arvind. Bombay saying. In the summit curve, the problem is passengers' comfort is not a problem on the summit curve. Passengers' problem is discomfort, they will feel it on the sag curve. And coming to the super elevation we generally provide it on the horizontal curve, not on the summit curve. Impact factor is again important where centrifugal force is coming into the picture. Horizontal curves we need impact factor, on valley curves we need impact factor. The main problem of summit curve is visibility. If you are moving on a road, the intervening ground will cause a problem of vision. So sight distance is an important factor. By process of elimination, you can give it. Very nice, very nice. Come to the next question. Read the question. The super elevation needed on a horizontal curve, 150 meter radius, and the design speed is 60 kmph, and the quotient of friction, longitudinal friction is 0.115. Super elevation quotient of lateral friction is 0.15. So this is a sort of formula oriented question. You need to answer it, and the main problem is simplification is a problem. So we need to find out E value. Friction is given as 0.15 and the speed is 60 into 60, 254 into 150. Let us see how many of you simplify and give me the answer to this. Answer please. There is no chance of guessing the question here. Unless otherwise you solve it, you can't get the answer. So 60 into 60 divided by 254 divided by R is 150. Any answer? Point 055. Very nice. So, actually speaking, the super elevation is given as 127 na? Yes, this is 127 R. Any answer matching? 127. Actually, the super elevation should be as a ratio, but in all options centimeter is given. Arvind? Any option given here? Actually, in this case, no answer is matching. Such questions will come, may waste the time in exam hall, especially such lengthy questions, better avoid solving in the exam hall, because if you start simplifying this, it takes time. If you are taking more than 1 minute of time on a question, definitely you are going to lose time on an easy question. Okay. So, 3.8 may come into the picture, approximately nearest answer you can pick it up. Now, coming to this question, read it and give me the answer. The steepest gradient permitted on roads, which in ordinary conditions does not, remember this, does not exceed, is known as, under normal conditions, ordinary condition, what is the maximum gradient? Maximum gradient on normal conditions is ruling gradient. In some limiting conditions, we go for limiting gradient. In ghat roads, we go for exceptional gradient. Floating gradient is the gradient at which no tractive force is required to maintain constant speed. So, answer for this question is not the answer C, this is ruling gradient, because under ordinary conditions, under normal condition, under normal stretch, it is not the exceptional gradient, it is ruling gradient. Please remember this. Now, look at the question. While calculating the side distance, the driver's eye above the road surface is assumed as, it is a IRC specification. Give me what may be the answer for this. If you remember, comment the answer. What is the answer? Driver's eye level is 4 feet, nothing but 1.2 meter. Very good. Very good, very good. Answers are correct. So, 1.2 meter is nothing but 120 centimeter. Answer is option D. Very nice. Murali, correct. Now, give me answer to this question. The radius of curvature provided along the transition curve is, in case of transition curve, length of the transition is V cube by CR. Now, what may be the suitable option? You can pick it up here. Minimum at the beginning and maximum at the end. They are asking you curvature provided, radius of curvature provided. Radius of curvature is capital R. At the end of at the beginning, by the time you leave from the straight road, radius is infinity and slowly it reduces. So, length of transition inversely proportional to radius. Length is inversely proportional to radius. As the length increasing, radius should decrease. Same throughout its length is wrong. Radius of curvature changes from point to point on the transition curve. On the circular curve, radius is constant. equal to the radius of circular curve. This is also wrong. So, it varies from infinity at the beginning and it reaches to the radius of the circular curve at the end. So, the most suitable answer is option D. Yes, rightly answered, please. Very, very nice. Whatever you are commenting is correct. Try this question. Minimum width of pavement on a national highway should be minimum. Actually, highway cannot be a single lane road. At least 2-lane highways are also there nowadays. 2-lane highways are there available at present in some hill area, generally maintained by military engineering services. Their 2-lane road width is 7 meter. If you have the paved shoulder may also comes into the picture, where you can have a width more than 7 meter, we need to choose it. That is option D. The most suitable answer is option D, right? You are also giving the answer correctly. Minimum is 7. If you have the paved shoulder, more than 7 is required. More than 7, answer with more than 7 is option D. See this question. Generally in ISRO exam, all theoretical questions like this you need to answer within stipulated time. If it is a critical numerical, you can just think over. V is the design speed and R is the radius, G is the acceleration due to gravity, W is the width of the carriageway, the super elevation is given by. So, super elevation is given by V square by GR. Actually, super elevation, the rise of outer edges, capital E by width of the pavement is equal to V square by GR. The rise of outer edge, they are asking W V square by GR. The rise of outer edge is given by W V square by GR. This is super elevation as a ratio which is equal to rise of outer edge by width of the pavement. The rise of outer edge is given by W V square by GR. So, the most suitable answer is, be careful about this, W V square by GR. So, here W square is there, gone, WV is there, gone, WV also gone. Like that you can pick up the answer, right, Murali correct, Arvind correct, very nice, okay. Actually, super elevation is this rise of outer edges E by W. This is our rate of super elevation. Small e is capital E by W. That is what I am substituting here, Murali. See this question, read it and give me answer. Super elevation is first write the formula and try to correlate. Directly proportional to the velocity of vehicles. No, wrong. It is directly proportional to square of the velocity. Inversely proportional to velocity of vehicle. No. Velocity is in the numerator only, not in the denominator. Directly proportional to the width of the pavement. Actually, if you take small e is equal to, as I told you, capital E by W. In the previous question, you had discussed about it. And this rise of outer edge, capital E is W V square by GR. So, you can say that it is directly proportional to width of the pavement. Answer is option C. Obviously, answer Delhi will be wrong. Inversely proportional to width of the pavement is perfectly wrong. Come to this question. Murali, okay? Very nice. the minimum length of valley curve should be such that the headlight beam side distance is equal to. So, valley curve is designed for headlight side distance, and headlight side distance is equal to SSD. The focus of the headlight should minimum reach to stopping side distance. Like that, we need to design it. So, answer is HSD must be equal to SSD. Answer is option A. Very nice. Whatever answer you are giving is correct. Arvind, correct. See this question, read and give me, comment me the answer. Width of carriageway for a single lane is recommended to be. Width of carriageway single lane. Anybody please? It is a standard case. You need to remember it in a standard manner. Very nice, Murli, Arvind, 3.75 meter. Perfect. Try this question. Distance travelled by a moving vehicle during the perception and brake reaction time is known as. Perception and brake reaction time, we call it as perception reaction time. How much, what should be that called? Distance travelled by a vehicle during the reaction time. Perception reaction time or reaction time, both are the same. It is called as lag, lag distance. Perfect, perfect. Whatever answer you are commenting is correct. Try this standard memory oriented question. Maximum super elevation on hill roads not bound by snow. Without snow, if you have hill road, what is the maximum value of super elevation? Please comment. Somebody giving Bombay, somebody giving Chennai. Both are wrong. Bombay is wrong, Chennai also wrong. Maximum super elevation hill road without snow, yes, 10%. Snowbound hilly terrain is 7%, plain terrain also 7%, rolling terrain also 7%. So, you can take hilly terrain without snow 10%, and city road with frequent intersections maximum we can go for 5%. These are the standard specifications. You should remember in a standard manner. Read this question. Numerical means you have to be careful. Let us see. While aligning a hill road, a rolling gradient of 6%, horizontal curve of radius 75 meter is encountered, necessitating grade compensation. The compensated gradient at the curve will be, actually compensated gradient is given by a formula 30 plus r by r, 30 plus r by r. Otherwise 75 by r, whichever is less. If you take r as 75, 75 by 30, 70 plus 30, 75 plus 30, obviously this is more, this is ruled out. We need to select the less value, this is ruled out. No need to simplify this, as 30 plus 75 is obviously more than 75. So, this dominates. 75 by radius also 75 meter. What should be this ratio? 1%. So, grade compensation whatever you require is 1%. They are asking 1% option is not there. Not there means total gradient is 6. They may be asking about compensated gradient. The compensated gradient means the gradient to be provided on the road after the reduction. Compensated grade will be actual gradient of 6% minus the discount. So, 6 minus 1 is 5%. Whatever answer you have printed is correct. Whatever you have answered is correct. So, you can pick up the answer as 5. Actually, they are asking you compensated gradient, nothing but original gradient minus the reduction. Okay. Try this question. Read it, give me answer. A barrel camber for a highway consisting of a barrel type of camber consisting of two straight slopes with a parabolic crown in the center. Continuous curvature either parabolic or elliptical. Two straight slopes joining at the center. Actually, a barrel camber is, we have straight at the ends, towards the middle you have parabolic. This we generally call it as barrel camber, what people are very frequently using on the road. So, answer is Arvind, you are correct. Two straight slopes with a parabolic crown in the middle is a barrel camber, which gives you good comfort to the vehicles as well. They can maintain good speed also. Now, see this theory question, read it and give me answer. Gradient along which the vehicle does not, this naughty not will cause a lot of problems, be careful about it. Gradient along which vehicle does not require any tractive effort to maintain specific speed. Without any power of engine, vehicle still maintains the constant speed is called. Anybody given comment? Yes, your comments are correct. Answer is option D, Arvind. Correct, it's correct. Now, highway material and testing, very commonly questions are coming up, especially we need to see here aim apparatus and specifications of aggregate testing and bitumen testing. See it and tell me the answer. Aggregate impact value indicates the following property. Aggregate impact value. Impact is sudden load, it talks about toughness. Aggregate impact value talks about toughness. Abrasive strength is hardness. Resistance to gradual load is strength. Resistance to acid attack is durability, nothing but soundness. Durability, soundness both are same. Long lastingness is soundness. See this question. An aggregate is said to be flaky if its least dimension is less than 0.6 of average. What is this 0.6? Which is 0.6? So, 3 by 5 is nothing but 6 by 10, nothing but 0.6. So, answer is 3 by 5. Bombay, Vicky also correct, apart from others. Actually 0.6 of average. If the thickness is less than 0.6 of average, we call it as flaky aggregate. If the length is more than 1.8 times of average, we call it as elongated, too long aggregate. That points you need to remember. Less than 0.6, thickness less than 0.6 of average size is flaky aggregate. Length more than 1.8 times of average, we call it as elongated aggregate. BIS classifies the bitumen into grades 85 by 25, 85 by 40, etc. The first and second number respectively refers to. So, actually these are penetration grades, penetration grade decided based upon penetration value of the bitumen at standard 25 degree centigrade, you remember that. So, any answer please? Any answer? Answer is softening point and penetration value. 85 at 25 degrees centigrade and penetration value are indicated with that signs. Okay. So, answer is America. Arvind, right. Next, look at this question and tell me the answer. In water-bound macadam road, binding materials are binding material. We never use cement. Sand is not a binding material. So, what may be the answer? Binding material, which is a binder. Any answer? Stone dust is a binding material and brick dust we never use it. Stone dust, that too with crushed stone pieces we will use it. With the interlocking they will bind it together. The angularity causes binding together. Now look at the question. Flexible pavements derive stability primarily from process of elimination. In flexible pavement, how are you getting flexibility? Derive stability primarily from aggregate interlock, particle friction and cohesion, cohesion alone, binding power of bituminous material, flexural strength of the surface course. Flexural strength is mainly used in rigid pavements. So, this is ruled out. Vicky, binding power of bituminous material. So, flexible pavement need not be the bituminous material, bituminous pavement alone. Even water-bound macadam road also a flexible pavement. Gravel road also a flexible pavement. In gravel road we never use bitumen. So, the binding power of bitumen is useful in bituminous concrete, bituminous pavements, not in all flexible pavements. So, Chennai is ruled out. Cohesion alone, apart from cohesion alone, it is interlocking of the aggregates, friction between the particles and cohesion are helping factors in flexible pavement. Generally flexible pavements are BT roads, WBM roads, gravel roads, earthen roads. You require cohesion, attachment between particles, same particles, friction is required, interlocking of aggregate is also required. So, answer is America. See this question. Expansion joints in concrete is a type of. Answer, Vicky. It is not a construction joint. It is not a temporary joint. It is not a locking joint. It allows the movement of the two pavements. Because of expansion and contraction due to temperature, we require movement at the expansion joints. So, answer is option C. Meghna, you are correct. Yes, 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 perfect. Very fine. Try this question. Murali, give me answer. The strength parameter of concrete used in design of plain cement concrete pavement is. The strength parameter in cement concrete pavement. Cement concrete pavement is a flexural member, bending member which transfers the load by flexural action or slab action. This point you remember and give me answer. Obviously, it is not compressive strength because in flexible pavement, Murali, it is not the compressive strength. In flexible pavement, in cement pavement, cement concrete pavement, rigid pavement, load transfer is by slab action or flexural action or bending action. Based on this point, you give me the answer, Murali. Arvind has given it Chennai. Chennai is also wrong answer because tensile strength is not the factor in cement concrete pavements. I am telling you again and again. So, the load transfer in rigid pavement is by slab action or bending action or flexural action. So, what is the answer? Here it is there. In rigid pavement, flexural strength of concrete is an important factor. This is an important question, Murli. Okay. See this question. Rigid pavements are made of, silly question. Answer it, please. Meghna already given answer. So, rigid pavement is a plain cement concrete pavement. So, here the confusion is it is not a bituminous binder. Rigid pavements are made of bituminous binder WBM. So, there is a confusion between plain concrete and RCC. Rigid pavement made of concrete mainly, steel may be there if it is a reinforced concrete, but we require cement concrete. This is also correct, but more appropriate answer is plain concrete is the basic material, and if you want to strengthen further we use steel in RCC. Okay, it is a slightly confusing question. Arvind, perfect, right. See this question, give me answer. What is California bearing ratio? Again by process of elimination, let us see how many of you give me answer to me. Okay. Very good, Murli. In RCC, required steel we provided with concrete, correct. Whatever you are saying is correct. Oh, all the people are anonymous joined here is given answer as Delhi. Explore freedom as given as A. Let us see. California bearing ratio is a measure to indicate the relative strength of paving material. CBR is giving you strength of the subgrade soil relative to crushed aggregate available at California. It gives you relative strength of the subgrade soil with respect to crushed aggregate available at California. So, it gives you a relative strength. Answer is option D, perfect. Arvind, perfect. Very good. Next, see this question. The contact pressure PC and tire pressure P and rigidity factor R are related by. Rigidity factor, I told you, it is in ABCD list, C in the numerator, P in the denominator. Contact pressure by tire pressure. C, contact pressure by tire pressure. Contact pressure they are giving you as PC divided by tire pressure as P, rigidity factor R. R is PC by P. Where is that answer? Answer is option B. So many people given this, please. Very, very nice. Contact by tire pressure, CP by TP, tire pressure. Remember this in numerical, alphabetical order, first C comes, then T comes. See this question. In waterbound macadam road, the binding material is again we are repeating, but options are different. In WBM road, waterbound macadam road, we never use cement, we never use bitumen. Two things are gone. Next is crushed aggregate powder and sand. Sand will not give you the binding action because sand is having rounded particles because of sea erosion or river erosion and all. The stone dust will be giving you interlocking between one particle to another particle because of angularity. There you will get the binding, water bound macadam. Okay. We will try to go through a few questions of airport and taxiway first. Absolute minimum radius of horizontal curve for the design speed of 60 kmph in nearby. Absolute minimum radius of horizontal curve for design speed of 60 kmph. Absolute minimum radius is based upon, this is actually highway only, not airport. This question is based upon the highway only. E plus F is equal to V square by 127R, will take it, numerical question. E is 7%, will take 7 by 100, friction 0.15 will take it in general, 60 into 60, 127 into R. Let us see how many of you give me the radius here. Try Murli and give me answer. Is it 120? 129? Arvind, I am choosing 129. But solving the question within time is very much required here. Be careful about solving the question effectively. I am going to the next question. Whatever answer you are giving are correct. Delhi. Just 1 second, I will go back to. Let us see few questions of railway. Go through this. Staggered rail joints are generally provided. The staggered rail joints are generally provided. Staggered means one joint here for the rail. For the next rail parallel, you have a joint here, another joint here, like that. Staggered rail. Generally, we never provide staggered rail joints on regular tracks, that we know. But where you can provide it? On bridges, bridge may be a straight road. On straight road we never provide it. On tunnels also we never provide it. On what may be the answer? Bridges will never provide staggered. If you want, you can see on bridges will provide the parallel joints only. Generally on curves, to have the stability, we provide the staggered joints, because outer rail takes more length than the inner rail. Therefore, we need staggering. Outer rail length is more than the inner rail. Especially on sharp curves, we provide the staggered rail joints. See this question. What is the maximum wheelbase distance provided in Indian broad gauge tracks? Maximum wheelbase. Answer. Murali, answer. Wheelbase means center of one set of wheels to center of another set of wheels. Not the gauge. It is the distance from one centroid of the wheel assembly to another centroid of the wheel assembly. Vicky correct, Arvind correct, it is Bombay. Try to remember this. Try this question. The sleepers which satisfy the requirements of an ideal sleeper are, by process of elimination, very general question. Murli, give me the answer. Ideal sleeper, cast iron may break away easily because of impact load. Cast iron nobody is using, wooden sleepers also gone outdated, nobody is using. Steel also gone outdated. Nowadays RCC sleepers are being used. Even though they are saying RCC, it is pre-stressed only by linear pre-stressing. Okay. So, answer is option B. RCC means it is pre-stressed only. 90% of Indian railway tracks are with pre-stressed concrete sleepers, but in our exam they will give you it as RCC sleeper only. Remember it, RCC is nothing but pre-stressed concrete sleeper, and it is more effective nowadays. Longitudinal movement of rails in track, technically known as longitudinal movement. If you apply the brake, if the train is applying the brake, the rail moves backward. What is that movement called? Very nice, Arvind, Vicky. It is creep. Creep is lengthwise movement of the sleeper, movement of the railway track itself is called creep. If you apply the brake, track moves backward, sudden acceleration, track may move forward. Look at the question. When two tracks of same or different gauges cross each other at any angle, the crossing provided is at any angle. Diamond crossing is for 90 degrees. So, this is ruled out. Level crossing is nothing but crossing of a road with a bridge, crossing of a road with a railway track. Scissors crossing and tongue crossing. So, with any angle we generally call it a scissors crossing. Answer is already given, Arvind has given it already. Even Hanif also given the answer as option B. Perfect. Creeping of rails can be choked by using, you can stop, choked by means stopped by. How to stop the creeping of the rails? Movement, longitudinal movement of the rails. Vicky, give me the answer. Not the chair or bearing are only to hold it on the sleepers. Bearing plates are also to support the rail on the sleeper. Spikes are the connection between the sleeper and the rail or bearing plate. Anchors nothing but anti-creepers are used to stop the creeping of the rails. So, answer is Vicky Kaushal. Answer is option Delhi. See this question. Again, to prevent creep in rails, select the sleepers are fixed with rails by. We need to provide anchors only. Generally, 2 anchor keys are required to stop the creep, one to the right side rail, one to the left side rail. Minimum 2 anchor are required. So, Vicky perfect. Even Murali also correct. Not only Murali, Arvind also correct. So, 2 anchors are required, one for the left rail, one for the right rail to stop the longitudinal movement of the rail. So, these are the questions we have covered almost all the PYQs of ISRO. ISRO is a perfect job. With a little preparation and speed, you can hit the target. So, in exam hall, manage the speed with accuracy. So, speed is an important factor. Compared to your friend, you should be at a accurate speed. So, exam is very fast approaching. I hope this session helps you to a little. Definitely If you have not watched it and watching for the first time, you can go through the things again and again, may be useful to you. Follow this series, and this series will help you to give you good marks, and you can identify how the things are going on, how the questions are coming up. Dear friends, I wish you all the best. I wish you success. I wish you good luck. Go with confidence. Thank you very much for sparing time. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night.